Ever wondered what causes that satisfying pop when you crack your knuckles? Well, you're not alone. For years there's been a myth floating around suggesting that knuckle cracking might lead to arthritis. But what's the truth behind this claim? Is there any science to back it up? Or is it just an old wives' tale? And what causes the cracking sound in the first place? Enough with the suspense, let's delve into the science behind the intriguing sound of knuckle cracking. So, what's behind this audible anomaly? Well, it all starts with synovial fluid. This substance, found in our joints, serves as a lubricant, allowing our bones to glide over each other smoothly, but it's not just a simple lubricant. Synovial fluid is saturated with gases like oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. When you stretch or bend your joint to crack your knuckles, you're increasing the space between your bones. This causes the pressure in the joint to drop and the gases in the synovial fluid form a bubble. As the bubble rapidly collapses, it creates a pop sound. It's like a tiny sound effect produced by your very own body. And don't worry, your joints aren't in any danger during this process. The bubble's collapse doesn't harm your bones, the surrounding ligaments, or the joint itself. Now we know what causes the crack, but where did the myth of arthritis come from? The belief that knuckle cracking leads to arthritis is widespread, but how did it start? Well, it's a tale as old as time. Throughout history, many cultures have associated loud noises from the body with various health concerns. In the case of knuckle cracking, it's the eerie pop that has given rise to cautionary tales. These tales, passed down through generations, evolved into a widespread belief that cracking your knuckles could be detrimental to your joints. Even physicians once endorsed this myth, cautioning their patients against the habit. Meanwhile, the media played its part too, amplifying the fear with dramatic portrayals of health risks associated with knuckle cracking. Over the years, this myth became deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness, leading to the common belief we see today. So the myth is old and widespread, but what does the actual scientific research say? It's time to dig into the medical studies on knuckle cracking. The research is quite enlightening. A plethora of studies have been conducted over the years, with most indicating that there's no substantial link between cracking your knuckles and developing arthritis. One study involved a doctor who cracked the knuckles on one hand for 60 years, while leaving the other hand crack-free. The result? No discernible difference in arthritis between the two hands. Another research paper, a large-scale study involving over 200 people, found that habitual knuckle crackers did not have a higher risk of arthritis compared to those who kept their knuckles pop-free. So the verdict is in. The satisfying crack of your knuckles isn't likely to land you in an arthritis predicament. But don't get too crack-happy just yet. While arthritis may not be a concern, are there other potential effects of cracking our knuckles? Apart from arthritis, what else should we know about our knuckle cracking habit? Well, let's peek beyond the crack. While the act of popping your knuckles might not lead to arthritis, it does have other effects. Ever notice that sense of relief after a good knuckle crack? That's because the act can temporarily relieve joint tension. It's like giving your fingers a mini stretch, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some studies suggest that habitual knuckle crackers might experience more hand swelling and lower grip strength over time. That's right, your knuckle cracking habit could be giving your hands a bit of a workout. And while we're on the topic, ever wondered why some folks can't resist cracking their knuckles? Well, it could be as simple as it just feels good. It's a bit like scratching an itch that you didn't know you had. Despite these potential drawbacks, many still find the act of knuckle cracking irresistible. But why is that? Why is knuckle cracking so satisfying for many? Well, it seems to be a mix of mental and physical factors. Some find it a stress reliever, a sort of fidgeting behavior to keep the hands busy. Others report feeling a sense of relief from joint stiffness. So there we have it. Cracking your knuckles doesn't mean you're doomed to have arthritis, and some even find it beneficial.